Hi Libra, welcome to your monthly readings. As always, keep in mind that this is only a general reading. Always take what it feels right and with what does resonate within your own life experiences during this time. If you would like to have a personal reading with me, please contact me through the email I put in the description box below. For the month of February, I have a special tarot offer as usual, and this one was created considering themes of love, matters of the heart, and relationship dynamics, and it's called the Cupid's Message. So if you would like to know more details about that special or any other of my tarot services, just email me, or if you would like to donate and support my channel, you can also do so by following the PayPal link, which is also down below. So Libra, I do feel like your month presents itself with this hot and cold dynamic all along. Is like a sense of instability within your moods, within your cravings, within your actions, and perhaps as well in the way others are dealing with you. I just get a sense that there might be days and periods of great enthusiasm and chemistry and passion, and everything seems to be working quite well, and suddenly there's a break on that same energy, and things just feel like they are wearing off or not working the same. And I feel like this instability within moods, for some of you, is generated or is being generated for you to kind of have a deeper look, or need to have a deeper look and access to your consciousness, because I do feel like your conscious self is trying to go one way, and your unconscious self wants to go in a different way. So this split between your conscious desires and unconscious ones, usually, yes, translate in us having, somehow dual kind of behaviors and attitudes, what we call bipolar tendencies. So I wouldn't be surprised if for some of you this month presents itself as being a little bit like that, having that bipolar quality. Again, either coming from you or from others. I feel like it's coming from both. It's a mutual thing. But for some of you Libras, this is being also in a way this is happening because of a past influence that has perhaps recently manifested in a way. This is the Six of Cups in the past influence. So definitely the past, it's like following you into February. The Six of Cups could have been a reconciliation, communication with someone from the past, an urge to connect someone from the past, childhood memories, memories in general, experiences that just feel so familiar. And usually we don't know why. This could also have to deal with your innocence, your inner child, and how you relate with that essence of innocence. In a way, being a little bit, I have to say, maybe some of you have felt like you were too naive in the past, that you were an easy target of some sort, that you gave into something too easily, and now you're trying to avoid the traps of what you perceive the past presented you with, in terms of either giving in or giving up or trusting or sticking too long. I just feel like some of you, you have this past influence as well, kind of following you, haunting you, in order for you to acknowledge its importance for good or for bad. Depends on which Libra you are, but you can't deny that this past energy influences your moods, your goals, and some of your I think I have to say aspirations. It's like I get a feeling like some of you Libras are wishing for something, even unknowingly, that is, a desire to get something from the past back into your life. And for some of you, it's not that this is not necessarily possible or a wish that it's viable, but you need to get yourself organized first in order to understand what it is that you really want. Because as I said, I feel like some of you have mixed feelings about wanting or not wanting something or someone as it was before. So this mixed feeling again creates, you can't, this feeling of being, in situations with half of your heart. And when we are situations with half of our heart, first, it's hard to commit. Second, it's really hard to stay consistent. And for others of you that this is just a lack of consistency, it applies. You need to get yourself in check and understand and figure out what is the division about and why you're afraid to getting deep. It's like getting deep with your desires. Calculate your actions from there, because you have the King of Swords. And I feel like in particular for Libra men, this might be important. I feel like some of you Libra men feel this uncomfortable, feeling that you can't quite perhaps describe. But it's a feeling of being, perpetually, it's like something in you, it feels like ice cold, emotionally unavailable, even when you want to be. And for some of you Libra men or female audience, or for, or for Libras that are dealing with people like this as well, you have to respect your time, I feel, in finding a way back to your heart. I do feel like for some of you, this is due to the fact that, yes, you have shut down yourself somehow emotionally to process hurt, to process loss, to process some sort of suffering that, again, happened in the past storyline. Could even go back to your childhood. You did create an emotional, let's say, tendency to run from dealing, from giving of yourself emotionally to others as well, and dealing with the complexities that emotions, of course, bring. The insecurities and the vulnerabilities and the codependency that comes from there, because you're still quite codependent, or you are in relationships that have a codependent energy about them, with the Five of Pentacles here. And this is something that, as you go into March, will even be it will even have a stronger presence in your life. The feeling of lack and the feeling of carrying others with you, or the feeling of others needing to carry you to be emotionally, sufficient, working, free. I feel like there's a lot of excuses here in your reading, Libra, for not being the full, plenty, beautiful, emotional, whole, integrated person that you can be, because of how messy it is to go that deep, or to actually acknowledge how you feel. The King of Swords is about the truth, such as the Queen. But the problem with this two, King and Queen, is that they tend to calculate everything and be kind of manipulators when it comes to relationships, because not necessarily they are evil, but because it's just the way they have become comfortable with to deal emotionally with others and to be dealt with, to have a clear pattern, right? An organized way to calculate and make sense of situations. So when something falls out of that line, some of you get into trouble, and either you avoid the situation by not committing, by running, by avoiding it, lying, deceiving, yes, manipulating, or you shut down. There's two options here. Whichever option, it's a time to break free from that ice because it's consuming you. It's making you probably miss on something very interesting here with the Empress. So for Libra men, you might be actually aware of the difficulties you have, because the difficulties you have indeed come from the feminine element. So it's in you being emotionally open and exposed and truthful. And the Empress is nurturing. It's the mother quality. It's creativity. Its sensuality is feminine essence embodied. So some of you Libra men might be becoming aware, again, for good or for bad, of your issues due to the attraction, the level of feeling or the level of complexity that exists between you and this Empress. It could be that there's a strong feminine figure in your life that is both attracting but intimidating, or even, there's that feeling of attraction and repulsion at the same time. Some of you Libra, both men and women, have what we call mommy issues. So there's daddy issues, and for you it might be mommy issues. So the motherly, the relationship you have with the mother archetype, let's say, might need some healing, so that the relationship you have with your with the women in your life is also improving, but also with how you feel inside. And for Libra women, the same applies in terms of attracting either unavailable men or men that do not know how to be there for you, or men that are again looking for a mother, which that creates a problem. So this could also represent, though, that there is a victory, there is a win that it's possible for you to achieve during this period of time if you decide to. For Libras that want to succeed in terms of their creative work, or Libras that want to succeed and win something in regards to their affections, to their aims, to their ambitions, to their social life, you can get that win if this king decides to do it. If you decide to be truthful in one way, if you decide to explore the dimension of what this Empress provides, which is plenty, as she is also about abundance. If you trust the drive of your soul, this is the Six of Wands in the soul. It's good because it grants some sense of power when you choose to exercise again that power for good, to influence others in other circumstances for the better. But the Six of Wands in the soul position always points as well to the possibility of being attached to ego more than to soul. So again, defenses, problems, issues, vices, behaviors that lead to lack in the material, and more problems, as this is the Five of Pentacles. So it really, as I said, it's about what you choose, Libra, to do about it. Because the Five of Pentacles is a card of material struggle. It can be financial problems. If we go to the immediate translation and manifestation, it could be financial problems. It could be health problems, emotional problems of all sorts. And this is a card that leaves two people, at least, suffering. This is the card as well of codependency. This is the card of neglection. I think I'm saying it right. To have your needs neglected. It's a card of abandonment, of love, of God, of the presence of divine support, feeling the presence of good things in your life. Because the Five of Pentacles focuses on what it doesn't have. So we can't receive if we're not putting the focus on the abundance, if we're putting the focus on the lack. It's very hard to receive more if we are not more. And I do feel like for some of you Libra, there's, a lot of, let's say, homework that February brings. A lot of things to take care of, to pay attention to if you want things to fall into line. But as demanding, as rewarding, the things you could achieve, the things you could do for the betterment of you and of another is high and important, but it has to come from your decision and your choice to be open to the truth that it is, to not try to manipulate it to your suiting or to make it something that it's not. Some of you could also be having a hard time confessing truths in general, so openly talking about your worries. It could also be about your feelings, yes, but it could be that this truth is about how unwell you feel, how much you need support. For other Libras, this could be actually a situation where you need some sort of financial assistance and you're shying away from asking that. Because again, the feminine here is about support and conditional love. The feminine gives everything that it has. It doesn't care. The feminine is a receptive energy. So why are you afraid to ask for what you need to feel better? Being it financially, being it within your relationship, if things are not going well, or if you feel like you're not being, again, emotionally nourished, within anything. Why should you have a problem asking for your needs? Is it because they make you feel weak? Or you believe that they do make you feel weak? Libras might be confusing vulnerability, emotional honesty with weakness. And that derives from an issue with your feminine energy. The yin element within you, as we all have, masculine and feminine to balance here. The feminine is in need of some attention, healing, and rescue. So I hope you have a great month. Thank you so much for all of you that have been liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting, and donating to my channel. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Hopefully, we'll see each other soon.